Hey, welcome guys to this is going to be our first one for the Craft Beer Collective of a Q&A with a Meet the Brewer. Today with me I've got Riaz Shalla from Little Alchemist Brewery or Lab Brewery. Thanks for joining us today.
No worries, thanks a lot. How you going?
I hope you're all out there having a great night on Thursday night. The whole idea behind these sort of things is to get you to actually meet the people behind the beer. A lot of the times you don't actually get to hear the stories and actually hear about the beer from their own mouths. It's kind of a bit of a I wish we could do it a bit more. So this is the whole idea behind these sort of things, is to actually get you talking to it, meeting to it, and getting questions answered by the brewer themselves. So Little Alchemist,
yep.
Who are you, where are you from, how long have you been around?
So Little Alchemist is myself, my partner Richard, and my stepfather Marty. Little Alchemist kind of came around, we were at our end of season drinks for cricket, and then we ran out of beer, and so I thought, you know what, I'll bring up some of my home brews, cracked a couple.
Went down well.
Yeah, it went down well. I mean, like, we were already a few deep, but, you know, we had a couple more, and then just the idea kind of came about that, you know, I've been doing homebrew for about 5 or 6 years now, and,
yep.
You know, maybe it could be something that we could jump into.
As all good decisions are made as well.
Exactly.
Yep.
So yeah, it took about a year and a half from that deadly evening before we actually went, okay, let's make this serious and
yep.
let's start the ball rolling.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, we're contract brewers. I'm not sure how many of you know what that is.
Yeah, I guess for those of you out there who don't know, contract brewers, or kind of gypsy brewers, another
yep.
word, is brewers who don't actually own their own brewery. You kind of go and use other breweries as space.
Yep.
Can lead to some tricky experiences.
Yeah.
I've heard some stories. But yeah, so where are you currently brewing your beers out of?
So at the moment we're brewing out of Hope in the Hunter Valley, which
yep.
is a lovely area to be going out to every couple of weeks, checking on the beer, and then actually just, you know, picking up the beer, bringing it back, and then delivering it around
awesome.
the Sydney area.
And how many, I guess, beers have you kind of brewed? Like, how often do you brew? Is it kind of core range or
yes.
releases?
So what we really like to do is, we've got most of our beers are seasonal. So we started with wit beer.
Yeah.
We wanted to do something that wasn't just a pale ale. It wasn't just okay, you know, everyone has a pale ale. So we wanted to do something a little bit different. So we kind of started with the Belgian wit style, and then we've moved on from that to focusing a lot more on our IPAs and bigger beers.
Yeah, awesome. I guess one of the things about being a gypsy brewer and contract brewing is you don't have a whole lot of control over the brewing stuff, brewing days and all that sort of stuff. How kind of tricky is it coordinating?
It's really, really tough. I mean, you know, thankfully we're onto a really good thing now where
yep.
we're really, really happy with all the beers that have been coming out, and really we can just trust the guys up at Hope quite a lot with what they're doing.
Awesome.
Yeah, we've had a couple of scary stories where it's like, oh, you know what? We've tasted it, not happy with it. We've got to dump it. We had to do that with our Gabs beer last year. So
that's so unfortunate. The beer we've got in front of us today is their Black Magic Midnight Pale Ale. What's a Midnight Pale Ale?
Alright, so Midnight Pale Ale is it's a dark beer, but it doesn't have the overly roasted notes. So we've tried to pull that back a bit by using a malt called Midnight Wheat. And pretty much what that does is it adds a lot of this colour that you'll see, but without adding the really overly roasted notes. So it's kind of like, it tastes like an IPA, but then it has the appearance of a black.
6.5% for those out there. It does pack a bit of a punch. I have had this before.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers for a Thursday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of doesn't smell, you wouldn't know it smelled black if you were kind of blindfolded.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of kind of tropical fruity aromas. It's not roasty and like a black IPA at all. It's kind of, I think I've heard of one other brewery using kind of like shroud in black, but it actually doesn't actually taste black at all.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of got this idea as well from guys up at Black Hops. They burst onto the scene as well with this, it was kind of like a midnight pale, the kind of idea with Black Ops the game. And cool. They brought something out a few years ago, and I had that, and I was like, this is awesome. One day I'll get to do something similar.
Yeah, awesome. So for those of you out there, we have some stock of this. I think this was your third release that you did.
Yeah.
You just celebrated only a couple weeks ago your second birthday.
Yeah, it was.
And you did a pretty impressive beer you brewed for that. What was that?
So we, Little Alchemist is revolved around alchemy and the whole idea of turning something that is, kind of ordinary into something that's more extraordinary.
Yep.
And so for the alchemists, their big goal was to create the Philosopher's Stone, everlasting life, touch things, turn it into gold. So we called our second birthday beer the Stone to commemorate that, and we brewed a really, really big double IPA with heaps of Citra, Cascade. It
was
went
a
down the
fantastic
tree.
beer. I think it was only keg only release.
Yeah.
So I think there might be a few taps out there with it.
We've got a few taps out there still left.
Yep.
A couple of the guys are holding on to it because it's still we tapped it on the Friday, and then on the Saturday it was at all the venues. So
awesome. Yeah. I know we had some on Australia Day and it was absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
Packs a punch as well, especially when you don't know it's 9%.
Yeah, it's 8.3.
8.3,
So,
but it packs a punch and it was absolutely delicious. For Little Alchemy. What's the future? What's your plans? What's the dreams for the brewery?
I mean, at the moment, we're really, really enjoying the contract life. It means that we're able to, we don't have to get investors in for, $2 million to try and, we can get a brewery going. We can slowly start trying to compete. At the moment, we're really enjoying doing the contract, making stuff that is smaller batches so we can keep it fresher. And get it out to everyone.
That's worrying. Not as much kind of time, stress put into it to sell your beer and go from there.
One day we'd love to open up a little, a smaller kind of bar that we can just have a couple of our own little seasonals, and then move our bigger releases that we're moving into cans.
Yeah, awesome. That sounds. I think that's a lot of the way to go. For some of those breweries. I'd like to thank Riaz again for joining me today on your Thursday night. I hope you're having some great beers tonight on the Craft Beer Collective. Riaz will be around answering any questions, so post them on the comments below and he'll endeavour to get them answered for you. That's the whole idea, get the questions that you've been dying to ask answered. Once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next week. See you guys.
Catch ya!